finally, someone is going to tell me what rights I've lost and what rights I'm going to lose. I've been waiting for 4 months. I've been waiting 4 months. I got my handmaiden's dress out, ironed, ready to go. Got my butter ready to check. That looks so bad. I'm just saying. When am I gonna find out what rights I've lost or I'm going to lose?
I'm stupid, you're smart. I was wrong, you were right. You're the best, I'm the worst. You're very good looking, I'm not attractive.
All right, as long as you're willing to admit that.
There's nothing more frightening in America today than an angry white man. Really? Nothing? The people who identify as macaroni don't freak you out? The millions of illegal criminals that crossed through the open border over the last 4 years doesn't scare you even a little? What about the side effects of the mandatory experimental medication they forced on everybody? Inflation? War breaking out all over the world? The stock market? What about those people with green hair that are burning all the Teslas? Airplanes falling out the sky? None of this seems scarier than an angry man? Hey, I got a news flash for you. All men are angry because we were told our entire lives to protect and be strong and fight for our place in this world. And then you turned around and told us masculinity is toxic. You told us we had to be brave and fight for what's right if we wanted to be a real man. And then you gave every mentally unstable woman with short hair the same title. So yeah, men are pretty cheesed right now. Hey, you know what's scarier than an angry man? A happy man. Because he'd have to be dangerously insane to be happy after the years of bullshit you've put us through.
You know, guys, I hate to admit it when a Democratic president is better than Donald J. Trump, but I got to admit it today, Obama was way better than Trump in one regard. He deported 3 million people. They called him the deporter-in-chief. Donald, I voted for mass deportation. Step it up. You're never going to catch Obama. Let's go.
What is a woman, and why is it important that we understand the difference between men and women?
Well, it's sort of easy to answer for me because a woman is somebody that can have a baby under certain circumstances. She has a quality. A woman is a person who's much smarter than a man, I've always found. A woman is a person that doesn't give a man even a chance of success. And a woman's a person that in many cases has been treated very badly, because I think that what happens with this crazy issue of men being able to play in women's sports is just ridiculous and very unfair to women and very demeaning to women.
Isn't it refreshing to have a president that isn't afraid to define what a woman is and not have to mumble jumble and make up all these different pronouns that go along with it? Straightforward, here's what a woman is, and we appreciate women for what they are. Welcome back to another episode of our Lives of TikTok series. If you are new to the channel, take this opportunity. Head on down, click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos when we post them.
Why are you touting Elon Musk as a good example of these?
Because he's a great example. He gives a lot of money away, bought X, which saved freedom of speech in the West, and he's now sacrificing a lot of his time where he could be on a yacht in Monaco trying to find waste in our federal government so that your taxpayer dollars are better spent. That is an example of a noble elite.
I wouldn't necessarily call that noble.
So what would you like to have someone worth $450 billion do?
I would like if there weren't people worth $450 billion.
No, okay. I think you guys hate Elon Musk so much because he used to be on Team Left, and now he's on Team America.
I don't like him because he's annoying and he has bad politics.
Oh, because he has bad politics.
No, and he's annoying.
So it's like a personal thing?
A little bit. I'm just disappointed. You have so much money and you're wasting it on everything that he's doing.
So if Elon today said, I'm going to give $300 billion away to the federal government, you'd say, great.
I guess it would be better than what he's doing now.
Well, guess what? He's on our team and not yours, so good luck.
Yeah.
So it looks like Trump's tariffs are going to be a problem for China.
Hey, I don't know about any of you guys, but I'm crashing out right now because right now it's feeling a lot like when we were sitting in high school history class learning about World War II and sitting there going, oh my God, how did this happen? How could nobody do anything about it? And we're living it right now because people are dying in El Salvador, even though they won't say that they're dying in El Salvador. And we are just watching it on our little screens, and we're going to work and we're buying $9 eggs. And we are just watching it, and I'm sitting here like, oh my God, well, what do we do? What the f am I supposed to be doing? Because I feel so powerless. I'm sitting in my car in the parking lot at my job, and I just have to go to work. And I am gonna just serve people food and be like, yes, how would you like your steak cooked? Oh, would you like to die in El Salvador? Because they're gonna deport us all! What are we doing? doing? Our Constitution means nothing because apparently the only thing keeping it together was people with honor and decency, and now we don't have those people. What?
What do you think Trump's doing so far?
Not good.
Not good. Why not good?
I mean, I'm not really that involved with politics, but I know that he just canceled the education for the United States, right?
I didn't know that. I just, you're telling me now for the first time.
So MAGAs, can someone explain the difference to me between men apparently dressing up like women to go into women's restrooms so that they can take advantage of women, and men potentially dressing up like unmarked ICE agents, plainclothes officers, and handcuffing them and snatching them off the street and putting them into an unmarked van to take advantage of them? You all want to protect women and girls. You have, go through legislation to marginalize trans people in the sake of protecting women and girls. But now we have ICE agents who are plainclothes, snatching women off the street. What's going to stop a man from dressing up like an ICE, or just dressing up and saying he's an ICE agent, handcuffing somebody and throwing them in a van?
What do you think is the current leader of the Democratic Party?
I think AOC. I think she should be, at least.
Would you like to see her run for president in 2028?
I would love to see her run for president in 2028.
What do you think is the best policy AOC has had passed?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Welcome to the meme section of today's video. Look at the New York Times post. Senator meets with wrongly deported Maryland man in El Salvador, which you really should say who's never coming back and is an MS-13 illegal alien. This is where the Democrat Party is pairing themselves to, and this Senator Christopher Holland doesn't care about people in his district. Look at normal, peaceful Maryland father, right? Open arms to the MS-13 member, but Rachel Morin, does care less what happened to Rachel Morin. Senator Christopher Holland of Maryland looked like a fool yesterday standing in El Salvador begging for attention from the fake news media or anyone. He's a grandstander. It's very true, he's a grandstander. And if this is the way the Democrat Party wants to go about it, they're dead in the water in 2016. When a valid ID is required, boarding a plane, getting a prescription, look at all these things it's required an ID for. When a valid ID is not required, for voting, one of the most important things that we do, you do not need an ID for. Space returns an unwanted Amazon package. There is a lot going on with this Blue Origin space takeoff and with the celebrities in it. It's just getting weirder and weirder, and you're going to get memes like this. Cut. Gail, we have to let Jeff open the door. And they're in a studio. There's a lot of conspiracies going on. It all seems very odd. Just look into it a little bit. Why isn't China concerned about climate change? Because they already have a communist government. Yeah, that's true. That's how they kind of lead you down this path with climate change. To get socialism, and then what they really want is communism. Liberals, second after Trump said he likes oxygen. They'll do the opposite. They'll hold their breath in. Whatever Trump says, the opposite's the right thing to do, isn't it? Also, not elected to be nice, elected to get results. And that is what we are seeing is results. Promises made, promises kept. Donald Trump fighting for you every day.
The president said, if you leave this country, you leave Michigan, you leave Detroit, you leave any of our states, because to me they're all the same. I love them all. I love them all, and I probably won them all. But they say I won most of them. But I think I won them all. But that's okay. But all you had to say if you were the president is, if you leave and you think you're going to now fire all those workers, leave all that, everything behind, and you're going to build in another country and sell it any, and no, you're not going to. You're going to pay 50% or 100% tariff. They would have never left.
Stand pardons. And now, for final crowning touch to this case. Take a bite.
It takes people like us to come together, and unfortunately, though, like I said earlier, the the military wings of the Democrat Party, which is Antifa and BLM, they're the unofficial military wing of the Democrat Party. They would never renounce them. Every chance they get, they're calling them peaceful protesters when we know different. They're tearing down our streets, tearing down our cities and our towns and our country as a whole. And it's an unfortunate divide that's going on currently, but it takes people like us to stand together and come together and show support for our president in solidarity with fellow patriots.
We can't use pronouns in the email anymore, so now it's just gonna say Kevin and not he, him, himself, him? How are we supposed to know?
The Democrats are toxic for one reason. If you want to know why they're in the state they're in, just ask all of them 2 questions. What is a woman? And should biological men be in women's sport? If they are unable to answer the first question, and if they say in the second one, yeah, that's fine, that's the problem. Right there, they have gone completely crackers.
I would say probably 4 minutes.
And to have a senator from Maryland who didn't even acknowledge or barely acknowledge my daughter and the brutal death that she endured, leaving her 5 children without a mother and now a grandbaby without a grandmother, so that he can use my taxpayer money to fly to El Salvador to bring back someone that's not even an American citizen. Why does that person have more right than I do, or my daughter, or my grandchildren? I don't understand this. Thank you.
This is absolutely despicable, the way the Democrat Party is treating Rachel Warren and her mom. For Senator Chris Van Hollen to go to El Salvador to meet with this man for grandstanding, for political posture, it's to win political points. And that's all the Democrats ever care about. You ever notice that? Wherever they think they can win a vote, they will go down that road. They have no morals. They have no principles. And the Democrat leadership never stopped him from doing this. So they support what he did going over to El Salvador to have a margarita and shake a hand and take some photos and say, oh, Donald Trump, they're just snatching people off the street. And this was a good guy who was married to an American, and he should be here. And he wasn't a domestic abuser, and he wasn't an MS-13 gang member. He was just a normal guy trying to live the American dream. And the terrible Trump administration tore him off the streets and sent him to El Salvador in a gulag. Right? That's what they want to do. And you got somebody like Rachel Warren, whose mother's up there crying because her daughter was killed by an illegal alien. And Senator Chris Van Hollen, that's in his district, didn't acknowledge that. And 0 minutes, zero on cable news, on the mainstream news, has been dedicated on the liberal side to covering that. They spent a lot of time covering the El Salvador trip, didn't they? And making that a glorified thing because they think they can win political points. They can win no political points in their mind by going over and embracing Rachel Warren's mother and saying we're sorry for her passing and we're going to work on border security and making sure that the right people are supposed to be in this country, because that doesn't go to the far left base that they cater to instead of the middle where most Democrats sit, that flipped over to Donald J. Trump. But you want to know what? We're here at Mean More, so we are going to expose the Democrats all the time and showcase how America-made American principles are right for this country. And you see Donald Trump on the right side of this issue. He is standing and having Rachel Warren's mother up on that stand to say, we support you. We are here to stand up to illegal immigration, especially those that are here and doing criminal acts. They need to go immediately so nobody else gets hurt by somebody that shouldn't be in this country. Your president is on the right side of this issue. You are on the right side of this issue. And we are going to share videos like this, and we are going to get the news out, and we are going to make sure that every American sees that Donald Trump and Make America Great Again stand for safety. They stand for getting illegal immigrants out first that cause problems like this, to protect you and make your streets safer. Also lowering gas prices. Gas went below $60 a barrel. And you should see tweets from liberal commentators saying how terrible this is, that the energy sector might be, gutted because of this. When you go to the gas pump and your gas is cheaper, but the liberals are saying, oh, no, we got to make sure these barrels go up and gas prices stay inflated so that their buddies in the rich oil industry can make some money. You see, always on the wrong side of the issue. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, you know what to do. Smash that thumbs up button. That lets me know that you enjoyed today's video and the content that I'm putting out for you. Leave a comment below. I'll do my best to comment back to every single one of you. There is a PayPal below to donate to the channel as well as a super thanks. Thank you to those who have. It has been amazing for us to be able to get better software, better mics, everything to grow this channel, to be prepared to be a bigger voice in the Make America Great Again movement. Thank you guys for so much support. It is free to smash that subscribe button down below as well so that you get the videos when they come out. So make sure you take that free smash and you take it so that you get the next video. Thank you guys like always. Appreciate you guys, but today's video is over and I will see you guys on the next one.